Hi, everybody. Jen with Jen Vazquez Photography. And I have 3 chocolate labs, and 2 of them are in my room. So if you hear snoring, it's not me, it's my dogs. Just wanted to give you a heads up. So I'm here, it's Sunday, and I wanted to give you some tips today for your wedding planning. I had a lovely wedding yesterday, a Catholic church wedding with and an Italian restaurant venue, and it was so yummy. Okay, so today we are discussing 6 tips on how to make wedding planning a fun thing to do with your groom. Wedding planning is always stressful, but it's definitely worse when the groom isn't really engaged. Here are 6 simple and fun things to engage your groom, reduce stress, and help you get started. So, and I've got some notes down here if you see me looking down. So tip number 1 is to generate the guest list together. This is one of the easiest and most fun activities to start with. It can be a little stressful, but you can make a game of it. All you have to do is think of your common friends that you have together, and then make it a competition to see who has more people to invite, or depending upon your budget and the number of guests you're inviting, maybe who can get that number lower faster. If you have to lessen the guest list just a little bit. Tip number 2 is to create a Pinterest board for boutonnieres together. I can't tell you how many times I've had grooms see their boutonnieres for the first time and go, oh, wow, those are cool, because they had no clue what was chosen. So, that's okay. Sometimes a groom hasn't seen it, but a great way to get your groom involved is to create potentially a Pinterest board with boutonnieres. Now, if your groom is like my husband was, he didn't really do Pinterest. Suddenly he's like this Pinterest guy. But back when we were getting married, we didn't really have Pinterest. But like when my daughter and my son-in-law and my son and my daughter-in-law were planning weddings, they were not really Pinterest people. And so you can maybe use your Pinterest and just go and look at pictures and add things you like. If he's game, he can go ahead and get his own Pinterest board and add things that he likes as well. And then together you can narrow it down to one that you really love for your big wedding day. Tip number 3 is to pick wedding favors together. So while some wedding favors are sort of looked at as an added expense and a way that you can save money in your wedding budget, wedding favors can also help to show your personality in your wedding and your combined love of things in your wedding. So if you do end up getting them, you want to ensure that they have both your personality and your groom's personality, or things that you love in it. So brainstorm together to see what he likes, what you like, and narrow down the choices until you arrive at one that you both like or you both love. It's a sweet way to show appreciation for your guests coming to the wedding and sharing in your big day. It doesn't also have to cost a pretty penny. If you guys are creative, you can find something really cool, like, of course, Amazon, eBay, all those places. You can find things that are inexpensive. My recommendation is to order very soon, especially if you're going to DIY it, so that you have all of an opportunity for Pinterest fail projects not to derail your wedding planning timeline. But I think it's a really fun idea if you're going to have wedding favors. Tip number 4 is to pick a honeymoon destination together. Everyone has a dream idea or a dream honeymoon, so communicate your dreams out loud together and figure out the best place that you both want to be. It doesn't, like, you could really love to go to Hawaii, but maybe Hawaii isn't in your budget. You could find, my dog's kicking my laptop. You can find something that has maybe a Hawaiian feel to it that's not as expensive to travel to. So be creative for sure on your honeymoon stuff, and don't give up on your big dreams, even if it's sort of not in your budget. A tip, this is a really great tip. Don't forget that you will need to use your maiden name for your airplane ticket and and anything that has to have your legal name on it. Because if if you purchase that plane, a lot of brides don't think about this. They're excited that they're going to be a Mrs. Whoever, but the airlines aren't going to take Mrs. Whoever when your California or whatever state you're in ID or driver's license says something else. So legally, for things like airplane tickets, make sure you keep your maiden name, because chances are if you take a honeymoon right after your wedding, you're not going to have time to go to DMV and Social Security and all that fun stuff. So keep that in mind. And tip number 5 is to pick household items together. So one really fun way to get your groom involved is to create your wedding registry together. Make sure that you include items that are in a valued price range for your guests, like in a varied price range. So you want to have budget prices as well as more expensive items that your family and close friends might splurge on, but you want to have things that are affordable. And a lot of guests like to go in on something as well. So if you have things that are at a different varying prices, it allows them to choose what kind of gift and how they could get it for you. My husband loved picking out on our wedding barbecue stuff and garage items. And I have to say, he does the cooking in my household. God bless him. So he loved adding all of the items to the kitchen registry. And of course, I let him because he does the cooking. Tip number 6, our final tip, is to get pretty together. If everything else fails, at least you can both pamper yourselves in an at-home spa day, or maybe a weekly thing. So try using fun and helpful to your skin face masks maybe once a week. Take turn massaging each other's feet. That could be for a person who did like the most wedding planning in the week, or like make a game of it. Also pick out his wedding day looks together. So picking out his suit, tie, pocket square socks, whatever his wedding day look is, you guys can pick all of that together and both have input on that. So he doesn't go a little crazy, or you're picking everything and he's surprised on the wedding. But do it together for sure. And don't forget that accessories make all the difference, even for men. Wedding planning can be like a second job. I totally get it. So make the process into maybe like a fun competition. The winner gets the remote control for a week, or gets to choose the beer for the week, or even that foot massage that I referenced. These things are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to wedding planning, but they'll help you both have fun and get started and on that wedding planning, because it is a big job. Happy wedding planning, and I hope you have a lovely Sunday and a great week next week. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.